Colin, just starting off, how do you think that game went for you and your team out there tonight?
Well, I thought it went great. It was a really good team effort, through and through. We played a full 60, and I think we deserved that outcome.
How are you feeling playing behind that defense out there? A lot of guys making a lot of big hits, a lot of good blocks out there as well.
Yeah, it's easy to play. We have guys sacrificing their body, and it's crazy. They have less pads on than I do, and everyone calls goalies crazy. But I think defensemen and the forwards, huge hats off to them. They did a really good job, made my job a lot easier.
How's just the first 2 weeks been here in Abbotsford, settling in, even all the off-the-ice stuff? How are you just doing around the building here?
It's great. Yeah, it's funny being somewhere, one organization for the past 5 years and then coming here and being the new guy again. Obviously, I have a little experience, but it's kind of funny, just making new relationships all over again. And, I really appreciate the rink and the personnel and the city. It's great so far.
Kind of going off of that, we saw a pregame blew your daughter a kiss during the pregame.
My son.
Sorry, the pregame.
No, I say that's a compliment. He's so cute that he looks like a girl. So beautiful, right?
How important is that for you to have your family come out, be down there, be able to see you up close and everything? How much does that mean to you when you're out on the ice?
Yeah, it's paramount. They mean so much to me, and they're they're who I play for. I play for my teammates, I play for myself, but also for them, and I want to set a good example for my son and provide for them, and for them to be able to come watch me work, it's pretty special. It's really special.
And finally, for me, how's your relationship been with Artur Silov so far since you've joined the organization?
It's good. It's really good. I've learned a lot from him. He's a great goalie, young guy, a lot of talent, and I'm just trying to support him in any way I can too. I think he's going to have a really, really bright future, and hopefully I can impart a little bit of wisdom on him and help him grow. So that's my goal is with our relationship.
How about working with this basically goaltending department? I'll call it with you and Marco. What's that like for you? And have you I'm sure adjustments must be weird, right? Especially for a goaltender. Have you made a lot of those? Are you still just kind of working at changing that? Or what?
This whole past 3 months has been an adjustment. Even since getting here, at the end of August, it was my prerogative to get in and get as much work in as I could and try to tighten that, that feedback loop and just really, put my nose down and work, and it hasn't been easy, and the results haven't necessarily been there, but I believe in what we're doing, philosophically, and it's really good to have two guys who just know so much about the game, inside and out, the hard skills, but then also the emotional aspects and, what goaltending represents to the team and, how to, be mentally tough night in and night out, because it's a long year, so there's going to be nights where you're not necessarily feeling great. So one thing Marco is really good about is, just kind of exposing us to, staying sharp mentally. And, whether it's taking inspiration from other athletes, in other sports, but he always ties it back into, the things that we're learning. So, I just try to kind of shut up and listen, I try not to provide too much feedback in the moment. But yeah, a lot of the improvements that we've made, I've been staying a little tighter on my base, a little taller, and it's helped me, be better laterally. I feel like I'm a really strong skater down low, but up top is something I need to really work on. So that was something that we addressed.
A couple things you said there, it's a process and it's tough.
Yeah.
Looking back at these last 3 months, how do you describe what's happened goalie coaching wise to you right now over these past 3 months compared to what you've had throughout your career?
Yeah, I think the approach here is definitely a lot more hands-on than what I've been used to in the past. And, not that the former is right or wrong. It's just a different way to do it. But the way I operate and the way I work, I really like to, get in there and, start to, disseminate some of the details, and understand, why do we do this? So I think that's something that Clarkie and Marco have really been, very upfront about. That's what we're doing. We're going to get in there, we're going to study the details, and it's going to be hard and it's going to be tough and it's not going to feel great all the time. You're not going to have success right away, but, if you jump off, when things are tough, you're just going to start back from square one again. So you have to keep going even when it's tough.
Do you feel like you were maybe doing a little bit in your first game? Like there was a lot of goals against you that first game. Were you trying to maybe over-adjust? Like how do you
I think obviously, like in the position, like you just want to be free. You know, you don't want to really be thinking out there. You know, so perhaps, maybe I was thinking a little bit too much. And I mean, I think there was a lot of other external factors and things that maybe we didn't manage as good as we could have. But great opponent as well, you know, good chances. And I think, you know, we didn't have a preseason game as a team either, you know, so, you know, that was kind of like our, you know, one dud for the year. We got it out of the way early and we'll be better.
With Marco, I'm curious, it's got to be an interesting philosophy for him, like coming from Europe, doing some stuff in the KHL, but also like being Ian Clark's guy that he picked.
Yeah.
What have you thought about working with Marco so far?
He's a brain. You know, he's got a lot of knowledge. And, I mean, it's like you look back at his resume and realize, like, he's been in goalie coaching over 20 years, and he's coached some amazing goalies, right? And just to give him the respect that he deserves and, you know, hear him out, you know, may not be exactly super aligned with what I believe initially, but like the more you go through the process of trial and error and, you know, you listen to him and you watch the tape, you're like, he's right. You know, so it's really a relationship that is built on trust, you know, with your goalie coach. And I think it's reciprocal, you know, like we both have trust in each other.
All that being said, how happy are you here with this organization?
Very happy. Yeah, very happy. I think, you know, when I signed in the summer, you know, I signed because there was a lot of opportunity. You know, I liked what was going on with the culture here. You know, it's an organization that's building, and I kind of needed a resurgence in my career as well, so it was a perfect fit.
I got to ask about this game, too. Sorry, this is all great
No,
stuff.
that's all right.
12 minutes left.
Yeah.
Big diving glove save. How good does it feel to pull off something?
No, it feels good. It feels good. I mean, I never quit. You know, I think, you know, that's something like that Marco and Clarkie are super adamant about. It's like you never quit regardless of the situation. You know, so you got to battle for these guys. Like my teammates, like they're doing everything they can. They're sacrificing their bodies. Like it's the least I can do. You know, it's my job. So